Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple A's podcast. I am your host who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. So, of course, I'm on vacation. Right now, I'm on a lake right now. Anyways, in enemy territory, Wisconsin. But, therefore, the show must go on. So, Vikings beat the Vikings lose to the Tennessee Titans 23-13 in the preseason finale. Now, I am so ready for the regular season to be over. At the same time, I have to see who shows up and who absolutely shows out. And there were a few bright spots though last night, I will say, and of course not so much. So I will go over them all. Try to make it quick. Okay, starting off with the QB2, I don't think it's up for debate as far, but if you want to debate, then okay, fine. Max Brosmer should be the QB2. Like, there's nothing to see from Sam Howell or Brett Rippon. Brett Rippon was awful. Sailing passes, he killed several drives that could have resulted in more points, and he's lucky to not have two interception. One of them wasn't his fault. I'll explain it, but he should have had at least two interceptions. This dude was terrible. And so no ifs, ands, or buts. Max Brosmer was the better quarterback. He even played very well against the Tennessee Titans starting defense. And he was able to put up points. 3 points with third string on his side and the first string on their side, which I immediately knew that the Titans, Jeffrey Simmons was out there, so I knew it was their starting unit. So he was very impressive for those drives. He was calm, he was collective, and again, I believe he had 161 yards and a touchdown. Didn't turn the ball over. And I feel like it would have been absolutely a whole lot more better than just that. And they were alternating quarterbacks. That was Kevin O'Connell, which I feel like Max Brosmer deserved to start the whole game. But it is what it is, though. But it's not up for debate, but he at least deserves to be the QB3, which knowing Kevin O'Connell and their intentions set on backup quarterback is you already know what it's going to go, but I hope they don't make it complicated and put worst case scenario. If JJ gets hurt, you need Max Brosmer, an undrafted free agent. That is insane to me that this is what it's come down to. And Xavier Scott, he's got the RB3. He's a lot to make the roster. He's got it down already. There's not really a whole lot really on offense. Of course, Brett Rippon was awful. And drop passes were basically continued on in this game, especially by number 19, Dante Fleming, who had 4th and 4, a wide open pass, deep shot, a perfect pass by Max Brosmer, and he drops it on 4th and 4. You can't do that when the quarterback at least gave you a chance. Brett Rippon did not. But at least Max Brosmer gave you a shot there, and it was a perfect ball placement, and you couldn't catch it, dude. There is basically, though, I hope the Vikings do something with this. With trading with wide receiver, Adam Thielen, Amari Cooper, don't care who it is. Just get a receiver before the season starts, because you're not entering the season with just the hand that you are dealt right now, and just see what happens. Got to do something, Kwesi, about the wide receiver spot. So there was not a whole lot of wide receiver. I would say, let's see, Michael Gonzalez, the backup guard, he got absolutely bullied by James Lynch on the Brett Rippon interception that I was talking about. he got bullied right off the bat there. He got pushed into Brett Rippon, which turned into a duck of a pass, and then got picked off in the red zone. Can't be doing that. And so I would say Xavier Scott and Max Brosmer was the MVP as far as I'm concerned. He was just amazing. The promise he showed against the first defense. Just imagine what he would be with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison when that time comes. Just imagine. Hopefully it won't have to be like that, but also, like, what else you got to lose? Sam Howell? Brett Rippon? No. You can't go down that road. So Max Brosmer needs to make that team. And then as for defense, there were some bright spots. I mean, it was a mixed bag. Jonathan Harris had a huge sack. LDR, Levi Drake Rodriguez made some plays. Bo Richter he could have finished some plays, yes, but he was disruptive right off the jump. Let's see. I believe, who got that sack? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, Austin Keys. Austin Keys got the third sack. He also made some big plays, too, as a linebacker. So the depth for linebacker and for the defensive front is still great. We're still great there. I feel like maybe Jay Ward made some nice plays here and there. And then, Michael Powell, he absolutely laid the woods on one of the Titans players to force him to a field goal on third down. That was a heck of a football hit right there. And as for a couple bad for cornerbacks, that's the only concern that I never really thought of until I saw the preseason. Mekhi Blackmon, I was not expecting to talk about it, but I believe the second drive in the preseason, following the Titans' first touchdown, I believe it was second and long, he extended the Titans' drive by getting a holding penalty, which led to a touchdown. And then, so Mekhi Blackmon, I don't know if this dude's going to make as crazy as it may sound, I do not believe that he's going to make the team. And then Avon, I don't know his first name. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but my Avon, he whiffed on a tackle and gave up a 65-yard touchdown to Van Jefferson. Inexcusable to be giving up something like that if you're trying to make a roster, which missed tackles. That was a thing that the cornerbacks did. Still, and you missed the tackle and gave up that big touchdown. Inexcusable. There's no reason for you to do that. And so, there's no reason for that. And so of course, though, but we all know the main storyline of that is Max Brosmer, which, if you have Sam Howell, Brett Rippon as your backup behind JJ, the season's in trouble. The season's in shambles if JJ gets hurt and you have to rely on those two. No. It isn't just about based on experience. It's only who showed flashes. And Brett Rippon, he's Sean Mannion on steroids. And Sam Howell, he's almost, I feel like he's Jameis Winston. I feel like he's a poor man's Jameis Winston. So those two are awful. So Max Brosmer, he actually can play. I feel like Max Brosmer with a backup is not bad at all. So I really hope, I'm really hoping for Max Brosmer to be QB2. And another thing, to get a wide receiver. I don't care if it's Adam Thielen, Amari Cooper, maybe if Tyreek Hill's available, you give him a call. So do not make it complicated during the 53-man cut. Just make it simple and do things that are necessary and and just apply some common sense. That's all I'm gonna say. So we'll be making a video Wednesday on the 53-man roster. So thank you guys enjoying for the ride on this vacation video, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Skol Vikings.